Hey everybody, welcome to unsolicited.com where we're going to talk about sewist.com. I'm going to show you how to make an initial pattern using their software online designer. My name is Susan. I'm your sewing solution strategist at Unsolicited, and I'm excited about the show today. I have invited my TikTok guests. I'm going to have them on as well while I teach this lesson. So if you are on TikTok, come on over to YouTube and watch because you'll see the screen much better here. All right. So let's get started. So I have some tools in here now, guys, to help y'all with this a little bit better, I hope. So let's get it into it. Now, if you ever used sewist.com, then you know, let me come back on screen. If you ever use sewist.com, then you know that it is a made to measure pattern company where you can create digital patterns for yourself and for anyone else too. So you can create a multiple amount of patterns in multiple sizes as well. You can customize the size and the fit to your liking. Okay. I just want to point that out. This is a pattern company that you really want to get to know and to start using if you're a sewist. If you're a beginner, all the way to it, well into advanced, you can use this. Now, beginners may have a little bit of issue with the construction side of it, but if you're comfortable with constructing patterns, which you should be learning through your sewing, your commercial sewing pattern instructions, that will help you. So if you're comfortable with that, you should have no problem with these patterns. Now, it comes with the same sort of issues regular patterns do, where you have to fit yourself and making sure that you do a muslin and making sure it fits well, even though it's made to measure. But there's things you can do to overcome the fit issues and get them just right in their system. So, but I'm going to show you just the beginning here. I'm going to show you how to create any garment in their system that you want to create. I would say the basic look of that garment. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. So let's see. I'll change my screen. Okay. Let me go to their website. Now, this is online designer at sewist.com. This is what it looks like. Now, if you're watching from TikTok, you're going to kind of have a blurry view, but I suggest you come over to um, YouTube to see it better, but I will try my best to make this screen viewable for you guys too. So what you're going to see initially is a page like this when you come on to the online sewing pattern designer page. You're going to see the different patterns that you can create from this. These are the pattern blocks that you start with. Okay, you're going to do a dress, top, skirt, pants, jumpsuit, and lingerie. So, and underneath there are girls sewing patterns. Unfortunately, there aren't any men's patterns available here yet, but there are some workarounds for men's patterns, but we're going to discuss just the women's today. So I want to show you, let's see, I'm going to give you a sample of what we're going to do today, and then we're going to run through it and see what happens. Okay. I pulled this dress. It's very simple. It's called, sorry about that. Let me, oh, wrong page, y'all. Let me get to my pages. All right. This dress by Christina Karen right here. We're going to talk about a few of the features here. Let me go to her site real quick so we can get that. Okay. So it's called the low leather dress, Lough leather dress. So it's just a sleeveless V-neck dress. Let me see, with a little belt tie, but it did have some design details I wanted to show you guys in here. As you can see, you can barely see it here. I'll show you my other screen. But before I do that, let me show you what it says about this dress. So this dress is effortless day to night dress crafted from fully lined buttery vegan leather. Fabrication available in noir and moss colorways. This silhouette features geometrical stitching, detail, and waist belt tie. Finished with an invisible center back zipper. The low dress is cut for a close silhouette with slightly above knee hem. Take your true size. Now, I've read all that because some of those, the description is going to be keywords for you creating your pattern. So one thing is that it says the silhouette features geometrical stitching and detail in the waist belt tie. I'm sorry. Oh, it doesn't even. Okay. Oh, yes. The low dress is cut for a close silhouette. So you're talking about something that's more fitted than loose. So we're going to go to the fitting details and see if they give us any more information here. All right. Okay. It just says above the knee. So we know the length is going to be above knee. And we know that it's a close silhouette. Now we can see that it's a V-neck, but they don't mention that here. But that's okay. So we have some details of the dress as well as the image of the dress. So we're going to go back to sewist.com. Well, let me see real quick. I'm going to show you some details up close also of this dress. As you can see, there are some different style lines here. Let me see right here if I can get those. Right in here, you can see that. The style lines here from the neckline down to the bust line. And then there's another seam line right here that they put into this. And all of this you can add to your dress that we're going to create. I'm going to show you how. And also you want to notice that there's a waist seam right here at the bottom. Right in here. Sorry. There's a waist seam right there. So we're going to incorporate that. And there's a seam down the front. And we do know from the description that there is a zipper, invisible zipper in the back. Okay. All right. So let's go over to sewist.com. Let's see. Oh, not there. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we're back at sewist.com. So we have a close fitting silhouette. So it's a dress. So we're going to start with dress as our block. Now it says semi-fitted, fitted. Make that larger so you can see that. Semi-fitted, fitted, oversized or bodycon. So we're going to go in the fitted category, okay? We're going to click on that one. Now we get to choose our length. That's the next thing. Now, one thing about this software, it is going to take you in a path or a progression. It's not going to let you skip anything. It's going to only show you what's available to you to design with. Okay. So if you're going to have to start with the basic block, which is either a dress, a skirt, a pair of pants, or a top, and then you go from there to the length or wherever else it's going to take you, depending on what you choose. So we're going to choose now the length. We're going to go, let's say above the knee. I believe that's what it mentioned, above the knee. So I'm going to click on that one. And it's going to take me over. Let me see. Did I click it? All right, there we go. So after the length is chosen, now it's going to ask, it's asking me, okay, do you want regular armholes, raglan sleeve, a wrap style dress? You can choose that. You can choose one-piece sleeve, halter dress, dresses with straps, creative dress. We're not choosing any of that. Our dress has regular armholes, right? Or we could have chosen the one-piece sleeve, but I'm going to choose the regular armholes instead. Excuse me. And click on that. Now you can follow along with me by going to sewist.com. The website is right there on the screen, sewist.com, and follow along. So the next option you have are the necklines. I want you to note at the top, and this is the case for most of the silhouettes that you're going to choose from. It has a grouping in these little boxes right here at the top of each type of neckline that's available. So if I wanted to only see plunging necklines, if I click that little radio button, it'll show me the plunging necklines I can choose from. If I wanted to see geometric necklines and plunging, I can just keep, oh, I'm sorry, one at a time. So if I can see geometric, I can see all the geometric options, or I can turn that off by clicking it again, and it'll turn that off and show me all the options here. Now I do want a V-neck, so I'm going to type in, click on the V-neck line here, and pick the one that I want, that I think would go best for this outfit. And I think it will be this plunging neckline right here, but you can choose whatever you like. So that's that. I'll close, give it a second. A second, a second. Oh, okay, maybe I didn't click it. And let me know if you can hear me well also. Uh-oh, you're not moving, y'all. Hold on. There we go. All right, so next option are collars. Notice there are no radio buttons up top. It just depends on what option you're choosing from. So this top has no collar, so I'm not going to choose a collar, but you can see all the options I have to choose from, right? Everything, you have notch collars down here at the bottom. You have a hood, Peter Pan collars, not little smaller notch collars, a flounce collar, a lot. So see how much variety you can get out of just one silhouette. So, okay, so we're going to go to no collar because the dress had no collar. So I'm clicking on that, making sure it clicks. There we go. All right, so now I'm choosing how I want where my closure is going to be, whether it's going to be zipper front, zipper back, what is it going to be? So the option is only pertaining to the front, and if I choose no front closure, that means there's going to be a zipper in the back, okay? And that's the one I'm going to choose. But I also had a center front seam on that dress. Now, do we need to go back to it? I'll show you on that dress. So we had a center front seam here, remember? So we're going to make sure our dress that we're creating has a center front seam. So down here over to the right, there's an option for that. I'm sorry, there it is. The bottom, there's options for that front center seam. So we're going to click on that one. All right, and it shoots me right over to the options for all the other different types of silhouettes here. So I can choose a dress with a waist seam, and that's what we have, but you can see all the other options we have here as well to choose from as much as you want. So you can change up the whole design if you wanted to. So if I wanted French darts, I can choose the one for French darts and change up the dress if I wanted to. But we're going to choose just the same as the dress we're looking at, a dress with a waist seam. Okay, now we're at the skirt options. Now, again, we have these buttons at the top. We can choose the different style of skirts that we want. Now, the skirt that we saw on the dress is straight. I'm trying to think. I gotta go back to it. It is straight, but I'm trying to see if I had an option with no darts, and there's an A-line option. But let's just take a look at it real quick. All right. So let me get out here. It is a straight silhouette here. So most likely has a slit in the backs, so to make sure she can walk in it. So we have a straight silhouette. There are no darts up here, but I don't have an option to take out darts on this skirt. So let me show you. Let me go to the other one. There we go. So we have an A-line one with no dart at the waist. But I wanted a straight skirt with no dart at the waist, and there is no option for that other than something with some different style lines in it. So what I'm going to do is just choose these, regular straight skirt, this one right here. Okay. And now we're at our front design of our bodice. Now that bodice had some design details in it, but it primarily had princess seams on the side. If you didn't, let me go back to that. I kind of want to show you at the same time, but I can't. So let's see. So let me look a little closer here. See that princess seam right there? Let me mark that out. That's a princess seam right here, leading up into the armhole all the way down to the waist. Okay, and then they put another style line here from almost the bust, side bust, all the way up to the neckline. So you can do that. You can't do that in this system, but this is something you will do drafting that. Once you create the pattern, you can draft it online if you want to. If you know how to use illustration software to do that, or you can print the printed pattern and then make the changes there. Okay, let's go back. Anybody have any questions so far? let me know. All right, so right here in the front design, we have options for darts, we have options for princess seams, and we have a front design so it's exclusive. Now, I know I'm going to look at so it's exclusive because I know it's what I'm looking for is probably going to be over there. But princess seams is here. If I want to click on here, I'm going to show you what the options are. We have many of them, okay? And we have some that, curve into the armhole here. That's the typical princess seams you would see. This one, there are some that are more designed, but none of these really work for what we want. Okay, so let's look at the other special design here, the front design exclusive. So we're going to click on that and see what's available. So we have a multiple list of other design options. And I love this because it's really, I mean, you can really do a lot with this, guys. Um, if you go and start practicing creating your own patterns over and over again and playing with different designs, it gets to be, you can kind of open your mind up to so many things that you can do with it. I could think about if you have designs that you kind of drafted yourself. Just look at the design that you created and try to find the bodice in there on the system here. Try to find the type of skirt, try to find the same type of sleeve, all of that, and put it together, and then you can create your pattern or get very close to what you've drawn out, right? Or you sketched. So what I see here is this is probably the closest to that look right here. The princess seam waist to side French darts. Let me click on that. So now my other option is the back design. I'm just going to choose a plain back design because that's not going to uh, matter here in this case. So we're going to click on that one. Now this particular dress had no sleeves, but I can very well put the sleeve options in here too. There are 112 of them there, but I'm going to only choose no sleeves. Okay. And then the system will draw out what the dress will look like once you construct it. Okay, this is their illustration here. So did we get it? So let's see. So let me do something real quick here. I'm gonna screenshot that and bring it up here. So now you pretty much know how to create a pattern in sewist.com. So we're going to copy that. I'm going to bring it over here. Back to my thing here. Move her over. And we're going to paste. Did we make it? I think we did. Oops. All right. So does everyone see that? Okay. So there we have it. Now the only thing we'll have to do is to create that new design line here. Let's see, from here, I can't draw straight from here to here. So that's what you'll have to create with on the pattern. And you can also remove the dart at the waist too by rotating that dart out to the side seam. Now, how to do that? Google that. Google that. How to move out dart, how to manipulate darts in sewing. So that's a Google term. You can Google search you can do to find out how to do that. But so there we are. I want you all to see. Hopefully you can see that. Now, if anyone has any questions, please let me know. Let me go back to my, hold on, my questions. If you have any questions, let me know. All right. So how do you like that, y'all? So I hope you were able to understand how to create a pattern in sewist.com. Now I did the overview. I didn't go into much detail on that. I just wanted to show you how the system works, how you can start that. Now you can go in and print your own pattern. If you want me to show you that, I can do that. But I do have a video on that linked in my, well, it's in my my list of videos. I will put together a playlist just for sewist.com. I'll do that tonight. So you can just look at those videos and check out what I've put up so far. So this is the end. Unless you all have any questions, I wanted to make this quick and brief tonight, but I wanted to get it done and to show you this tool, sewist.com, if you have never seen it before. So hopefully, if you have some dreams and ideas of how you want to make some designs or recreate some designs that you've seen online, this is the best tool to me to use, because especially if you don't know how to draft patterns yourself, if you just learn how to use this interface, which is very user friendly, as you can see, hopefully you can see it's very user friendly. Now you learn how to use it, you'll be able to take it and create patterns for yourself, and you can do them in any size. It's a multi-size pattern software, so you can create any size that you need. I would say any as far as there's limits, of course, but they do have a very large sizes and very small sizes that the system will generate for you. Okay, so like if you're a person that sews for other people, and I used to do custom, and I'm thinking, like, I wish I had used this because I've had it for some years now, but I wish I had used it, but in for my clients back in the day, early on when I first started using, but I didn't know what I had actually. But so I would have created files for all my clients, measurements and everything. You can do that in this system as well. There's a video on that. There's a guide I've linked in the description. You can check out to learn how to do that profile for your clients or for yourself, to create your measurement profile, so that when you do create a pattern, you can choose your measurements only and create and print the pattern in your size every time. You don't have to go through the whole steps and try to figure out what size pattern to get. But anyway, there's a guide for that. But having this early on would have really helped me with my clients, because they ask for specific things, and sometimes the commercial patterns that I had couldn't deliver. I remember going back and forth to the store, to Hancock at the time. Then when Joanne came, I go back and forth to Joanne, looking for patterns to make things that they saw online, or they saw on somebody else, or they saw in a magazine, that I really had to figure out, because I didn't know how to draft patterns, right? So I didn't know how to do them well. I still don't know how to do them well. So, but this would have been so helpful, because I could have gotten my basic pattern silhouettes knocked out in their size, making minor changes to them, putting those patterns together, because I knew how to construct patterns, at least putting them together, and the muslins would have turned out way better, way better, and saved me a whole lot of time. So if this is you and you wanted to do that, I suggest you try sewist.com and give it a go. Try it for yourself first and see how you like it. I'm really not a promoter. They're not paying me to do this. I really just like the product. So, but try it out for yourself and see what it'll do for you. Okay. All right. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good night. And I'm glad. Thank you so much for those who are my ride or dies, who come and watch my videos every week. I will see you next week, and there's more to come. All right. Have a good evening.